time is 1:20.09.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Greg Rust. Welcome to 10's coverage of Red Bull Air Race, the World Series for pilots. Britain's Paul Bonham seems determined to avenge his narrow loss in the title race last year to former US Top Gun Mike Mangold. Bonham won the opening round of the 08 series in Abu Dhabi, but for round two, the pilots head to San Diego. The bay, the aircraft carriers, and with more than 100,000 fans lining the shores, it is one of the best events on the air race calendar. Sit back and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to San Diego, California, and round two of the Red Bull Air Race World Series. America's 8th largest city plays host to the tour for the second year in succession, and Southern California's coastal gem boasts a strong sporting tradition, including the NFL Chargers and the naval aviation history spanning some 91 years. San Diego is home to the largest naval fleet in the world and provides an awe-inspiring backdrop to the Red Bull Air Race World Series second stop. Last season, he was the rookie with it all to prove. This season, he is the surprise package with championship points in his sights. Hannes Ark shook the Red Bull Air Race to its foundations with a fearless performance packed with skill and sheer determination in Abu Dhabi, knocking out reigning champ Mike Mangold to claim a podium finish. Can Hannes Ark reach those heights again in round two here in San Diego? These are the World Series standings after round one in Abu Dhabi. Paul Bonham with that victory in the first stop on the tour ahead of Hannes Ark and Mike Mangold. This second stop really will be an electrifying competition indeed. And drama in the qualifying round with Nicolas Ivanov, the French pilot, clipping the finish gate with his tail wheel and saying goodbye to his chances of joining the Super 8 round. In the point one round, where the slowest four pilots from qualifying go against the clock for positions 9 to 12 for one championship point, going to the fastest. And it was the British pilot Steve Jones getting the better of Nicolas Ivanov's time by 1.55 seconds to claim that all-important point. The 63,000 sellout crowd enjoying every minute of the first part of the action, with Steve Jones winning the point one round ahead of Ivanov, Rachmanin and Glendell. And joining us in the commentary box once again, former Red Bull Air Race pilot Frank Versteeg is casting his eagle eye on today's action.
And we're just looking at a splendid weather over Northfield Naval Base, where the aviation naval history started. It's fantastic weather, and I'd like to take you through the racetrack in San Diego. It's a 13-gate racetrack, 6.5 kilometers long, and the track record has been by Bonham. At 370 kilometers per hour through the start gate, direct into the chicane for an S-turn to gate number 3, high G turn, gate number 4, then into the quadro. And the quadro is a very exciting one. Left knife edge in a very tight turn, left knife edge again, and then to the second round. And as we will see, some very interesting moments in the quadro. It's a very tight area to fly in. You have to position yourself into that quadro to create the correct angle for yourself. And if you make a mistake over there, you will notice very spectacular moments in the quadro here in San Diego. And a rookie Glendell showed us during the training how difficult it is to fly through a quadro. As you see, very spectacular, almost explosion of the quadro. And also to create the correct angle, as you see here, through the start and finish gate, had created problems for Mike Mangold.
Starting order for the Super 8. Begenet gets the action underway, and the fastest man in qualifying, Paul Bonham, will go last of all as we join the action. Peter Begenet in the sky. World Series ranking 4, 6 career victories. He's been in the top 3 of the World Series for the past 3 years. 2005, 2006 runner-up and 2007 third. One of the most established pilots on the circuit. Let's see if Peter Begenet, who I think it's fair to say has struggled in training and the qualifying, can raise his game on the big day. Into gate 2, the chicane, pulling 8.5 Gs, 9.4 Gs on the exit here, and Begenet determined to really put the pressure on the Americans, Austrians and British pilots next to fly.
It gives a fantastic view how the track is being flown, and he is coming back to the helicopter now and turn right, left knife edge, and then a high G turn. And you will see how tight the turn is into, again, setting up the right angle, quick left knife edge, and he is a superb demonstrator of how you fly a knife edge. Then he turns again into the gone, and now we take you inside the cockpit and see how close it's like cutting the pylon with your propeller. Then a high G turn, and it gives a very good impression. Now small angle, click right and then turn. Oh, he touched the gate. We will see this. This is very bad for Peter Begenet. And now this moment you don't see the next one. Here it's coming up. And then the left knife edge. And now looking back, so he will see from his eye corner that he touched the gate. So Peter Begenet will not be a happy man, and then is turning back to the final time.
What a disappointment for Begenet. It really hasn't been going his way all week here in San Diego. 132.22, a 10-second penalty for touching the gate at the 9th gate.
Number 3, Peter, 1 minute 32.22 seconds, 10 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, I know this, but like, thank you, Senator.
We had a fantastic impression of what you see in the cockpit, and sometimes as pilot you don't know that you hit a gate, and here this was a strong hit, so that means that at least half a meter to a meter of the wing has been inside the gate. Here you see him setting up, getting caught by the wind, and that's happening. Poof, and then you'll feel a light kind of poof in the airplane, and you know straight away, oh my gosh, this is 10 seconds.
Now the talk of the town here is the new plane of Nigel Lamb.
Nigel's 4th aircraft in his air race career. He started in the 2-seat extra, then he changed to the single-seat extra, then the 2-seat MX2, now the single-seat MXS. And this is a complete new aircraft. He only has maybe half an hour stick time on the plane, so his expectation level can be slightly high.
Nigel Lamb, 3rd in San Diego when we raced here in the 2007 World Series. The brand new MXS. He says he needs a little more time to get the feel for this very exciting new plane that has come to the tour here at round 2. But let's see if Nigel can pull it together. 132.22, he should get the better of Peter Begenet. This is the second of the Super 8 qualifiers as he pulls 8.9.1 Gs into gate 3, horizontal. Nigel Lamb getting faster and faster and better as he gets the feel of this new plane. Oh, a little high there, but we see the green light. 0.82, so far so good for the British pilots.
Yeah, his start was very good. He's flying very sharp and precise, and I hope he's getting the hang of it. See what's happening.
Out of the Quadro, coming to the end of lap 1, through gate 7, starting at lap 2. Again, comfortably quicker, 1.86 seconds. The green light for the second time of asking for Nigel Lamb. Into the chicane now. Cloud conditions starting to worsen just a little. Horizontal through 9. 7.1 Gs again, the beautiful livery of this MXS Breitling. Still the green light, 0.87. Nigel Lamb would love to be on the podium here again in San Diego. This is the big 270-degree pullback through the Quadro once again for the last time. Now looking to finish it off, coming to the end of lap 2. 132.22 will easily be bettered. Keep it clean through the finish, and that's more like the target. 121.80. Spanish pilot Alejandro McLean on the podium just once in his career to date. Started off the season with a good result, 6th in the opening round in Abu Dhabi, claiming 4 World Championship points now. Alejandro, some say possibly a little wild in training and qualifying, but if he can just find a good, smooth start and settle himself certainly has the skills and the ability to take top position away from Nigel Lamb. 1:21.80 is the target time, 14.96 is the first split target, and he's just 0.17 of a second off the pace of Nigel Lamb. Coming into the quadro for the first time. Left knife edge, then a 270-degree pull back and pulling back and putting down 7.5 Gs against the body. This is a good start from the Spanish pilot. Alejandro McLean now comes out of lap 1 into lap 2, 0.66 off the pace of Nigel Lamb.
Yeah, you must realize this is a modified edge, but still not a lot of modifications because he is waiting for his new airplane, and therefore you should expect a bigger difference between Lamb and this edge.
Has the green light, 0.19. McLean starts to really put it together towards the end of the challenge. Now, if he can just get clean through this quadro, there's the left knife edge, possibly a little high. We wait for the judges' remarks on that one. But so far, so good. Can Alejandro McLean, the Spanish pilot, take it away from Nigel Lamb? 1:21.80 is the target. He will be very close indeed, and he's just missed it. 0.79 off the pace. McLean goes second.
Number 99, Michael, cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Okay, clear into the track and smoke on to my usual.
Race director Drew Searle gives that Mike Goulian the all clear on the podium in the last round of the 2007 Tour in Perth. And in the opening round of the 2008 series, well, no points at all, only managed to finish in 11th position. Bit of a nightmare for the American pilot in Abu Dhabi, but in front of his home crowd, let's see if he can raise his game. Looked impressive in qualifying over the USS Ronald Reagan supercarrier, and into gate 1 to get the clock ticking away. 1:21.80, the British pilot Nigel Lamb still sets the pace here in the Super 8s. The chicane is the second gate for the American, 9.4 Gs. Gate 3 horizontal, a little bit low, but just okay. 14.96 is the target, and 0.21 of a second off the pace.
I must say I did like that turn there between 3 and 4. That was absolutely low, and see what the stewards have to say about it. One of the big differences you see in this plane compared to the others is the shape of the propeller. You hear Michael breathing very hard, and as we see from the cockpit shot, you will see that his propeller has a different shape than the others. It's stiffer, it's made from carbon fiber. The Hartzell propeller, of course, in real time it looks faster, but because of the cameras, it looks like it's turning not so fast. Look and listen to Goulian.
Amazing onboard shots with Michael Goulian, who gets the green light. Now if he can just hold it together through this 270-degree turn into the quadro, left knife edge, and he's going to take the lead away from Nigel Lamb. This is the result that the home American crowd have come to see. 1:21.80 is the target time, and Michael Goulian takes the lead by just over 3/4 of a second.
99, Michael, 1 minute 21.04 seconds with no penalties. You move to first place currently in the Super 8s.
Thank you very much.
Standings at the halfway point, Goulian sets the pace at 1:21.04, and I think the American will be very happy with that performance today.
I was trying to get in the 120s. I almost made it. It was a 121.04 or something like that. So now it's in the hands of the guys ahead of me. See if somebody will make a mistake and see if we can sneak in here.
Kirby Chambliss from Arizona in the middle of his pre-flight routine and concentration.
Two Americans, a British and an Austrian pilot left to challenge here in round 2 of the Tour. This is the man that was sensational in Abu Dhabi. Can he do it here in San Diego? Runner-up to Paul Bonham, scoring a fantastic 8 points and a career best in the United Arab Emirates. Can he do the same in the United States of America? Hannes Ark, Austria's finest race pilot, is looking to take the lead away from Michael Goulian. The target time is 1 minute 21.04 seconds. This incredibly fast Edge 540 as in comes the Austrian Ark. Into gate 2 is the chicane. Watch for the G-force that he puts against his body, and up to 9.1 Gs. Now the first split time. Ooh, maybe a little low through gate 3, but no penalty from the judges. Look for the green light as Hannes Ark is 0.17 off the pace. Just a little work to do for the Austrian, but he's in touch.
Yeah, and normally his airplane is accelerating a little bit faster. This turn is not the fastest turn we've seen, so let's wait at the straight parts if he is running away from Michael Goulian.
Coming into gate 7, start, finish, starting the second lap, and he has the green light by 0.87. Hannes Ark now starts to throw the gauntlet down to Michael Goulian and make his challenge for yet another podium performance. Out of the chicane for the last time, pulling 7 Gs. Through 9, horizontal. Good performance again from Hannes Ark, keeping his calm, keeping his cool. Look for the green light. 1.13. Hannes Ark is on fire once again. Really putting together a beautiful performance as he enters the quadro. Left knife edge, pulls back hard, and again a massive 8.4 Gs as he comes through the quadro for the last time and now heads for the finish line. Goulian sets the pace of 1:21.04, but surely Hannes Ark takes the lead away by a whole second. We're on board with another American pilot, Kirby Chambliss, who was runner-up here in October 2007, looking to get his season back on track. Coming in at 370 kilometers per hour, just under 230 miles per hour. Now looking very, very impressive in qualifying, really pushing it to the limit in the second of the qualifying runs. Gate 2 into the chicane for Kirby Chambliss, a little bit low possibly, but 9.7 Gs, huge speed and huge G-force up against the body. Let's take a look at the first split. 15.34 is the target for the American, again high and 0.41 off the pace.
Well, I must say he's really going for it, so let's see how he does in the rest of the track. You see lovely turns, and he is really going for it. He wants to be number 1. If the airplane is fast enough, we will have to see.
Coming to the 7th and end of the first lap, 38.08 is the target time for the American pilot, and he's getting quicker, 0.43. He's whittling away at that time up against Hannes Ark, through on board, through the chicane, once again. Horizontal through gate 9. 56.65 is the target, and 0.82. Hannes Ark looks to have done enough to see off Kirby Chambliss, unless he can put something together through this last quadro. Left knife edge again, as you see.
No, this was definitely a too long extension of the knife edge, which will take him a little bit too much time. It's a matter of 10th of seconds.
Kirby Chambliss stops the clock at 1:20.69, second position, good enough for the semi-finals, but not quicker than Hannes Ark.
Kirby, 1 minute 20.69 seconds, no penalties. You're currently holding second place for the Super 8s.
A high speed and low attack of the chicane by Kirby Chambliss. And although his time was a little slower than his qualifying time, it was about a second, his flying was superb. And here you see him go to the high top of the gate. And you see 1 green and 4 red. That means only 1 sector faster than Hannes Ark.
Mike Mangold is in the sky, and Paul Bonham is preparing to try and take his second win of the season here in San Diego. He's the hot favourite to do it once again. The Californian Mike Mangold is coming out of his holding pattern, looking to make his challenge here. Third in the opening race of the season, picking up 7 points in Abu Dhabi. A wonderfully exciting pilot and race pilot to watch. But there's a fair bit of pressure on Mike Mangold. The Californians have a huge and high expectation for the defending champion here. And can he keep the home fans happy? Coming in again, 370 kilometers per hour. Gate 2 is the chicane. Look at the G-force that he's putting upon the body, 9.2 Gs. Now, horizontal through 3. Again, a big turn. 15:34 is the first target time. And Mike Mangold has the crowd on their feet. The green light, but by just 700ths of a second as he heads for the quadro.
Yeah, Mike is really absolutely pushing it to the limits. And as we see here, a very tight turn, shooting through the quadro and going to the intermittent time. And let's see what it is.
Green light again, 0.21 of a second, faster than Hannes Ark. But it was the second lap where the current Austrian leader really put down the perfect performance. .56.65, horizontal again through the blue gates, remember. Oh, and the time is slipping away. 0.66 off the pace now for Mike Mangold. The defending champion has got to put something together. It's enough to qualify for the semis, but it's the psychological feeling of being slower than Hannes Ark that may upset the Californian. Left knife edge through the quadro for the last time, heading for the finish line. 1:20.04, and Mike Mangold goes into second position. 0.6 off Hannes Ark.
Number one, Mike, 1 minute, 20.64 seconds, no penalties, puts you in second place for the Super 8s.
Thank you much. We'll see you in a little bit.
Cheers.
Hannes, a time of 1:20.04. You're now the leading time through to the quarterfinals.
Is it again leading time? I didn't know, but I'm really happy if it's so. And I'm extremely happy to be again in those knockout rounds, more than I expected, so I'm really happy.
Number two, Paul, cleared into the track, smoke on.
The track, smoke on, Paul, number 2.
The man who was fastest in qualifying, won the opening round of the tour in Abu Dhabi and won here in San Diego last October. This is Britain's top air race pilot, Paul Bonham. Set the track record at 1:16.85. Will he try and improve on that, or will he just do enough to go through to the semi-finals? 1:20.04. Hannes Ark sets the pace for Austria as Paul Bonham comes into the chicane. Gate 2. Look at the G-force that he's putting upon the body now. 9.3 Gs. Into gate 3, horizontal. Again, 180-degree turn. Look for the split time. Look for the green light, and it's there. And it's there comfortably. 3/4 of a second faster than Hannes Ark as Paul Bonham heads into the quadro. Left knife edge, 270 degrees, pulling back. 9 Gs the force is put upon himself once again. Left knife edge and very smooth, clean flying once again from Paul Bonham, going into his second lap with a 1.66 second advantage.
And it's absolutely the best line we've seen so far. It's so quiet. It's absolutely flying with great style. And he's not making any mistake. The radius is fantastic. It's short, it's clean, it's flying like a gentleman.
1.62 seconds again. The British pilot is the fastest man here in the Super 8s. He's just got to now come through the quadro for the last time. Left knife edge again, 270 degrees. Back, look at the G-force on the body, 8.3 Gs. Another left knife edge, and Paul Bonham continues to dominate on the Red Bull Air Race World Series. The fastest man in the Super 8s round, and he has the advantage by 2.1 seconds.
Number two, Paul, 1 minute, 17.94 seconds, no penalties. That's the fastest time in the Super 8s by about 2 seconds. You hold first place.
Thank you very much, Paul, number 2. See you later on.
So the result of the Super 8, Paul Bonham fastest yet again, ahead of Hannes Ark, Mike Mangold and Kirby Chambliss. 2 Americans, an Austrian and a Brit go forward to the semi-finals. Bonham will go up against Chambliss and Hannes Ark will go up against Mike Mangold once again. So an interesting semi-final. Kirby Chambliss goes up against Paul Bonham, and this is the one pilot that Paul possibly respects and fears of all.
I'm concerned actually because Kirby went fastest yesterday amongst the other guys, so I'm not going to rest on my laurels, and we'll see what I can do, but I'll keep a close eye on him when he's flying, so I'll see what I have to do.
Let's take a closer look at the lineup for these semi-finals. You see that the British pilot goes up against the American Kirby Chambliss, and a repeat of Abu Dhabi, round one of the tour. Can Hannes Ark take it away from Mike Mangold and book himself a spot in the final? But it's Chambliss that will be first up to fly, and Bonham will look to knock out the American and possibly meet another American pilot or an Austrian in the final.
Hannes fully concentrated, and as Nick just mentioned, can he put pressure on Mike Mangold?
Are you worried about that?
Nope. We'll go fast. This is the one. The big show.
So Kirby Chambliss goes up against Paul Bonham. They've met 4 times in their careers to date, and 3 have been won by Bonham, 1 to Chambliss. Bonham won the opening round of the tour. Chambliss was only 5th. You've got to bet on the Brit if you're a gambler here today.
Number 4 Kirby, cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Smoke on, third entry before.
Kirby Chambliss looking very confident. He's up for it. 1:19.18 is his fastest time so far, and he needs to improve on that if he's to knock Paul Bonham out of today's competition. So we need to see a 2-second improvement from Kirby Chambliss if he's to get his way in this semi-final. The man from Arizona comes into the first lap at over 370 kilometers per hour through gate 1 into the chicane at gate 2, pulling a huge 9.6 Gs as he comes into 3 horizontal. Another hard 180-degree turn. 15:27 is the target time for Paul Bonham, who will be next to take to the course. Into the quadro, left knife edge, 270 degrees, 9.1 Gs. Against the body as he comes through the quadro for the second time and heads for the end of the first lap. The clock will stop to give us the target time once again, and it's 36.74. Into the chicane for the second time, gate 8 now. On board with the American, and this is very impressive flying.
I must say the style is much better than we saw yesterday from Kirby, and he has been very clean, so it will be a challenge for Bonham.
The 2006 champion is now coming to the quadro for the last time and looking to put the pressure on the current tour leader. Now Kirby just comes round again on board with the American, 9 Gs. Left knife edge and looking to stop the clock. This is by far his quickest performance to date, and it is a great time, 1:18.38. Is that good enough to knock out Paul Bonham?
Number 4 Kirby, proceed to hold 3.
All right, here's the hold 3.
Kirby Chambliss, obviously quite happy with his flight, and here we see it in very slow-mo. You see the vortices coming off the wingtip, and that's only because of they pull so much G and the moist is getting out of the air.
So Kirby Chambliss raises his game once again. That's the fastest we've seen from the American all week long here in San Diego. But is it enough to knock out the current Tour Series leader, Paul Bonham? Look at those times.
Cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Paul Bonham, who won the opening round of the Tour in Abu Dhabi, set the track record in qualifying. And the fastest man of the Super 8s. Very smooth, very clean, confident flying from this British Airways commercial airline pilot. But he's a race pilot here in San Diego today, and he's looking for his second victory of the season. Can Paul Bonham maintain his unbeaten record on the Tour? Again, huge speed coming in, 370 kilometers per hour, just shy of 230 mph. Into the chicane. Gate 2, watch the G-force, 9 Gs, horizontal through 3, and again the 180, 15:27 is the target, and it's the green light, and the green light by over half a second. So far so good for Paul Bonham. Into the quadro for the first time, perfect with the left knife edge, 270 degrees back as we go on board with the British pilots.
And here we're on board with Paul, and you can hear via his microphone his breathing, especially when he's pulling a lot of Gs. Watch it, he's coming.
Well, he's not got the green light, and on gate 8 he's struggling now. This could be a big surprise. Paul Bonham has got to find something special on this second lap. 55.95, and he's back to that green light once again. 0.78, over 3/4 of a second. This is Britain's finest race pilot looking to knock out the 2006 champion. Quadro now for the last time, 8.9 Gs. Again, another left knife edge, and Paul Bonham, is he on his way to the final? Has he knocked out Kirby Chambliss? And it looks to be mission accomplished for Paul Bonham, who goes through to the final. Now 63,000 spectators waiting with bated breath for semi-final number 2. Mike Mangold goes up against Hannes Ark, and Hannes Ark beat Mangold in the first round of the Tour in the semi-finals at Abu Dhabi. There is no question that Mangold has got more experience. He won the title, the championship, in 2005 and 2007. But Hannes Ark is a young pilot with fire in his belly. He proved that in Abu Dhabi, and he needs to prove it once again. The Austrian raising his game. Now can he scalp Mike Mangold a second time this season?
The track, smoke on.
1:20.64 was his Super 8 qualifying time. 1:17.88 in better conditions for the qualifying round for Mike Mangold. But those times bear no relevance. It's a new time, a new performance, and Mike Mangold looking to get revenge from Abu Dhabi on Hannes Ark. Through gate 1, into gate 2, the chicane. Watch the G-force graphic on the left of your screens. 9.5 Gs, horizontal through 3. Again, a big 180-degree turn. Look at the G-force pulled on the face of the pilot. 14.50 for Mike Mangold. He is looking very fast indeed on this first lap.
And he has to draw very short lines. This was longer than I expected in the Quadro. We'll see what the intermittent time will be after this left knife edge and then turn into gate number 7. Let's see what's happening here. 33, 34, 35, 36.
36.57 for Mike Mangold. Well, I'm sure Hannes Ark will think that he can get closer than that into the chicane on lap 2. 6 Gs, 7 Gs now. Horizontal for gate 9. Again, pulls a very tight 180-degree turn here for another horizontal gate 10, 55.16. Mike Mangold looking to put the pressure on Hannes Ark, who will be next to fly, looking for a spot in the final. Hard left, again the knife edge there in the Quadro, 8.9 Gs. Again, another perfect left knife edge from Mike Mangold, who sets the target time for Hannes Ark and sets that target time at 1:17.74. It's the best he's done all day.
Number 1 Mike, proceed to hold 3.
Hold 3, number 1 Mike.
And the crowds are cheering for Mike Mangold. A lovely knife edge through the Quadro. And will the pressure be high on Hannes Ark at time? He is going crazy.
Hannes Ark has got to raise his game once again. 1:17.74. Hannes has not flown as fast as that all through the week here. So this young man, who you've got to admire the way he started this season, has got to go faster once again.
Hannes cleared into the track, smoke on.
On board the Edge at 5:40, second position for Hannes Ark in the opening round of the Tour. A personal best there, and a fantastic start to the new season with 8 championship points. He knocked out Mangold in Abu Dhabi. Can he do the same in San Diego? The target time, 1:17.74. This personable young Austrian looking to be the upset, or cause the upset once again. The clock starts ticking away. Into gate 2, the chicane. Pulls 9.1 Gs, horizontal through 3. Ooh, a little bit low, right on the edge of his game here, but it's still good. Oh, 0.35. Now, 0.35 off the pace for Hannes Ark. He's gone very fast on the second lap.
Whoa, this was a bit low side. It was very clearly that he was working very hard, and his crossing of the Quadro was on the edge.
1.03 seconds off the pace for Hannes Ark. He really does need to push it now on this second lap. Through 9, the chicane for the last time. And he really does need to try and squeeze a little bit of extra speed. He needs to get the line a little bit tighter, and he's whittling away just 0.22 of a second to find if Hannes Ark is to take it away from Mike Mangold. Left knife edge through the Quadro. Pulls back hard, pulls 8.3 Gs. Is it going to be enough? Can Hannes Ark take it away from Mike Mangold? 1:17.74 is the target, and Hannes Ark is just inside. Oh, he's missed it. 0.3 off the pace. Still the best performance of the day, but it's not enough to go to the final.
Gentlemen, some very fast times. Number 1, Mike, 1 minute, 17.74 seconds with no penalties. Number 28, Hannes, 1 minute, 18.04 seconds, no penalties. Mike, you win the heat.
Thank you very much. Well done, Hannes.
Yeah, and we saw it happen by a small margin, and here Hannes goes to the Quadro, and he is, well, helmet should be through the Quadro. It was just. And as you see in the sector, this third sector, Hannes was absolutely faster than Mike Mangold, almost by 1 second.
Put a little fairing, a little cover over our tail wheel to get a little more aerodynamics, you know, so the wind goes over the wheel. That must be the secret. I don't know what else we can do to make the plane go faster. I tried to fly without my flight suit, and in the rules it says you have to have a flight suit on. Maybe we get a spray on one, a paint on one next time, okay?
You're up against Bonham. What about him? You've been with him so many times before.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to go like a son of a gun, and I will. Well, you'll enjoy.
Paul, you're meeting Mangold in the finals again. You've been here once before, or two.
It's getting really boring, isn't it? Yeah, Mike and I are coming up against each other again. You know, he just put in a blistering quick time, well, as did Kirby and Hannes. So, you know, very tight, 0.7 of a second in the top 4. I've just got to go out there and fly as quickly as that again, if not quicker, and, you know, stay disciplined.
And this huge home crowd would love to see the local Californian take top position. And you see Mike Mangold on the left of your screens, just putting a little bit of extra air into that G-suit.
Into the track, smoke on.
Smoke on, clear on the track, number 1, Mike.
Well, the times there show 1:17.74. Fastest time in the semi-final of the day for Mike Mangold, and he'd love to make that just a little bit quicker to put the pressure on Paul Bonham. Victorville, California is this man's home, but the Californians of San Diego have come in their thousands to support the 2007 champion. Looking for his first win of the 2008 series. On screen, Mike Mangold, through start finish, sets the clock ticking away. Gate 2 is the chicane. Look at the G-force that he's putting upon himself in this very fast start, 9.5 Gs. Horizontal through 3, and the time, very impressive indeed. 14.78. Mike Mangold really pushing it to the limit here as he enters to the Quadro for the first time.
And it's impressive how he flies at this moment. He's doing his best to please the public here in San Diego. And I must say, let's have a look. 36, 37, 37.25.
Again into the chicane on the second lap now, Mangold. And still keeping it very clean, very accurate indeed. Into gate 9 horizontal, and immediately into a 180-degree turn to take in 10 again, a blue horizontal. Now 56.17. Very impressive times once again. Quadro for the last time. 2 left knife edges. Now Paul's 270 again. Huge G-force on the pilot. 8.7 Gs. There's the left knife edge coming in. It's another very impressive performance from Mike Mangold, raising his game once again. 1:19.24 is the target for Paul Bonham.
Number 1, Mike, proceed to hold 3.
Hold 3, number 1, Mike.
Not too fast for Mike Mangold as we see him turning into gate number 4. And it's a very nice view of a high G load and the expression on your face.
Number 2 Paul, cleared into the track, smoke on.
To the track, smoke on, Paul number 2.
Again, his best performance of today, 1:17.59 in the semi-finals, but he still holds a track record of 1:16.85 in qualifying. Just one more performance from Paul Bonhomme. Can the British pilot make it 2 out of 2 and maintain his impressive start to the 2008 World Series? The British fans now begin to cheer as Paul Bonhomme comes in at just under 230 miles per hour. Into gate number 2 is the chicane. That smooth style that we've enjoyed so much is ever prevalent once again for Paul Bonhomme. 9.3 Gs as he comes into the 180, and again 14.78 is the target time, 0.37. So far so good for the current World Championship leader.
And he is not making mistakes, as we know, Paul Bonhomme, and let's hope he's not doing it again now, because his flying style is absolutely smooth. You hear him breathing in order to withstand the high G forces, and there we go, 35, 36, 37, and less.
0.44 of a second faster than Mangold. He's just got to keep it clean now. Keep it going. It's the consistency that has taken Paul Bonhomme to the top of the championship in the early part of the season. Again, horizontal through gate 10 now for Bonhomme. Look at the time. Look for the green. Oh, yes. 1.24. And again, it's a magical piece of flying from the British pilot, Paul Bonhomme, into the quadro for the last time. Left knife edge, 270 degrees, pulling on that stick, holds it clean once again. 8.5 Gs, and it looks like it's 2 from 2 for Paul Bonhomme, coming to the 13th and final gate, and he's beaten Mike Mangold by 1.23 seconds. It is Paul Bonhomme who takes round 2 of the tour.
Number 1 Mike, 1 minute 19.24 seconds with no penalties. Number 2 Paul, 1 minute 18.01 seconds, no penalties. The winner of Red Bull Air Race San Diego is number 2 Paul.
Yes, Paul number 2, thank you very much, and thank you San Diego. Thanks Mike, well done, good job.
Yep, nice job Paul, and you're 6th.
Okay, my lead back to back.
Well done, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Another clean run for Paul Bonhomme, as we see him here with the San Diego Convention Center in the backdrop. Good time, but not as fast as the previous times, and that's mainly caused by the meteorological conditions in San Diego afternoon.
Paul Bonhomme lets the emotion out. He so badly wanted to beat Mangold today. It's the first time this season he's gone up against the defending champion, and it is mission accomplished for Paul Bonhomme, who makes it 2 out of 2, taking this round in San Diego in great style. Confirmation that Paul Bonhomme takes round 2. Mangold the runner-up, Chambliss and Ark 3rd and 4th. Goulian with his best result of the season so far in 5th. Then Lamb, McLean, and just 1 championship point for Steve Jones. Then Ivanov, Rachmanin and Glendell, the rookie from South Africa, down in 12th position.
And here you can see a splendid start of Mike Mangold, but slowly Paul Bonhomme is overtaking, and here actually it's happening in this turn between 3 and 4. Check it out, what's happening over here. And slowly you will see Bonhomme flying away from Mike Mangold. And let's see what he has to tell about this victory.
I am very pleased to take the win. You know, and there have been some rumours circulating this week about, you know, tactics and aeroplanes and what we've been doing. And all I can say is it is hard work. And I'm chuffed to bits we won today, but it's thanks to Wade's hard work, my hard work, and, you know, Nigel, our team coordinator, that the guys have done a brilliant job, and I'm really pleased.
Well, I'm pleased to be on the podium knowing the circumstances. Annoyed that I can't get my airplane to go any faster. We got a couple weeks before Detroit. I don't know what we can do. We got a few things we can try, but nothing major. We got to catch this thing. He's got a fast plane. He's a great pilot.
The American crowd have warmed to this British air race pilot, and he has beaten the best that America has to offer. Paul Bonhomme makes it 2 from 2 and draws clear at the top of the standings even further. Mangold in runner-up position, Kirby Chambliss is in third. The American crowd happy to see their favourites on the podium, but it's Paul Bonhomme who maintains his unbeaten track record and sends a chilling message to the rest of the air race pilots. Can anybody beat him? The champagne celebrations enjoyed by all as Paul Bonhomme climbs to the top of the World Series standings. 2 wins gives the British pilots 18 points. Mangold moves up into runner-up position. Hannes Ark now down to third. And Kirby Chambliss kickstarts his season here in San Diego and goes rocketing into 4th position. Glenn Dell at the bottom of the table once again. A thrilling week here in San Diego and a fantastic finale. We're off to Detroit on the 1st of June. But from Nick Fellows and Frank Versteeg, it's goodbye for now.
Number 1, no